So you're thinking about moving to Charlotte, North Carolina. Maybe it's with a job relocation, or maybe you just decided to move here for better weather and better quality of life. I moved to Charlotte over 10 years ago, and the one thing I remember is just how overwhelming it was trying to decide where to live. Charlotte really does have a lot to offer when it comes to the style of home, the neighbourhood, the type of lifestyle you're looking for, and also budget. So stick with me through this video. I am going to do a map tour of Charlotte to help you answer that question, where should I live? Hello, I'm Emma Swindells with Your Move Group based here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And on my channel you can learn about everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working and playing in the Queen City. If you visited my channel before, welcome back. If it is your first time, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell and you'll be notified every time I post a new video. If you do enjoy this video, go ahead and hit that like button and feel free to share it with anybody else you think may benefit. So before we jump into the video, I will say this. I do remember what it was like moving here and really not knowing anybody or anything about the city. I've helped a lot of families move here, both nationally and also internationally. So if you've got any questions, need any information or advice, then please go ahead and reach out to me. You can call me, text me or email me on the information above. Okay, let's get on and do our map tour of Charlotte. Okay, so to make this easy, I'm going to go ahead and just screen share my computer with you. And I'm going to pull up a map of Charlotte here and the surrounding area. And the first thing we're going to do is identify some key places for you to reference. So I think the number one place most people will know is going to be the airport, which sits here to the west side of the city. And the one thing I'd say is if you've got a job or you just plan to be a frequent flyer and you will need access to the airport on a regular basis, I would certainly go ahead and take that into consideration when you are deciding where to live. Now, the reason I say that is we do have a highway here, the 485, which does a loop around the whole city. But I've been there numerous times, I'm sure you all have, where you've got to make a flight and you're stuck in traffic. They are making improvements to the 485. They're certainly doing some lane widening. They are doing a HOV lane and some toll roads around the city. However, that certainly needs to be a consideration for you when you decide on the location of your home. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to point out to you is the light rail system, and that actually runs from the south of Charlotte from the 485 and South Boulevard, so that's really convenient. You can just hop off the 485, basically park and hop on the light rail. That actually runs from, like I say, so South Charlotte, runs all the way through the city, so all the way through Uptown and right into the University of North Carolina. So again, that's great. If you are working uptown, but you don't want to go ahead and, do that commute every day, you'd rather just hop on the light rail, you can just park up there or cycle there, depending on where you live. Hop on the light rail, and I think for $88 a month, you get unlimited rides. They are looking to extend the light rail from the airport, and I believe it's going to go into Mint Hill. But like I say, you go in there all the way through Uptown. I think there's about 11 stops. And it's just handy if you really don't want to drive into the city. So the first thing we're going to do is look at Uptown Charlotte and what that has to offer. So as you can imagine, the main thing that Uptown comprises of is you've got a lot of the office buildings, obviously the head office to Bank of America, Duke Energy, Ally Bank have just built a huge building there in Uptown. Hotels, bars, restaurants, Bank of America Stadium, which obviously is home to the Panthers, but now also Charlotte Football Club. And actually last Saturday they had their largest turnout in terms of numbers. We saw over 74,000 people pack that stadium for that first game at home. We've also got the Truist Field here for baseball and the Spectrum Center, which is home to the Hornets, and also obviously a lot of major concerts. It's the largest indoor concert event there. Also, we have obviously the theatres, museums, so there's a lot going on around Uptown. The only thing I would say it doesn't have is it certainly lacks the shopping. So different to what you'd see in places like New York, Chicago, LA, where they have, you know, a lot of shops around the uptown or downtown areas. That's certainly something that's lacking in Charlotte. However, just a few miles south of the city, we do have South Park Mall, which is home to your larger department stores and specialty shops and things like that. So living uptown here certainly has its benefits, especially if you're looking for the work hard, play hard lifestyle. Definitely attraction to professionals, younger professionals. Condo living uptown is typically now, if you're looking to buy a condo, you're averaging around $400 a square foot. That's average. Again, it's going to depend on where in the city you are, the type of building that you're in. So a typical 1,200 square foot apartment is going to set you back, you know, that's going to be 2 bed, 2 bathroom, set you back around $500,000, give or take. And the thing I would say, obviously you've got to remember with any townhome or condo, there is that monthly maintenance or association fee. And uptown, again, it's going to range, but you're looking approximately at least $300 to $400 a month. So yeah, ouch, that's a big consideration when you're considering moving to Uptown. Okay, and just heading out of Uptown to the east side of Charlotte, we have 2 very popular areas. Again, young professionals, professionals who work close to Uptown. We have NODA, which is short for North Davidson. This area is basically known as the Arts District, and we have a lot of galleries there, a lot of speciality shops, excuse me, you know, craft shops, jewellery, individual clothing, great nightlife. You do see a lot of, you know, smaller bands and theatres there. And also, you know, if you're looking for a neighbourhood that's walkable with that artsy, like village feeling, that's certainly a place that I would consider. Again, same with Plaza Midwood. There is a great nightlife entertainment there, very walkable if you live in that Plaza Midwood area to get out to those bars and restaurants. Again, you've got some specialty shops. If you are in Plaza Midwood, certainly check out the Workman's Friend. That is an absolutely awesome Irish bar. I've been there a few times and absolutely love it. Lower south side of the city here, we have an area called Southend. Now, this area has completely blown up over the past 10 years, just massive growth. And it really is kind of an extension to Uptown Charlotte. We see there just a lot of bars, a lot of restaurants, again, condos, a great nightlife. Again, the benefit is it is on the light rail, so even if you live in South Charlotte or University area, you can hop on the light rail and get there without having to drive or take an Uber. So the other thing I like is there's a lot of, you know, again, young professionals, millennials that like the bars and restaurants. However, in the lower part of Southend, there are a lot of breweries, and we have Old Mecklenburg Brewery, we have Yancey, we have Queen Park Social right there. And I was actually there yesterday with my family, and we just had a great afternoon. It was Sunday afternoon. You know, we were relaxing, we had some beers, we ate, the kids were playing the games, they've got bowling, you know, they have the giant Jenga, the Connect 4, they have shuffleboard, cornhole, and it really is just a great place as a family to spend an afternoon. Or Mecklenburg Brewery, they have a, you know, huge outdoor area where you've got rows and rows of picnic tables, people bring their dogs, they do live bands, it's just a really good atmosphere. So that's a really fun place to visit. If you do want to be uptown, maybe it's for work, but you need more than a condo, certainly I would look at the Eastover, Dilworth and Myers Park area, because these areas, as you can see, are just absolutely stunning. You have got your tree-lined streets, nice sized lots, and just stunning homes. Now, there is a mix of old and new. What we're finding is some of the older homes, you know, people are going ahead, buying those lots and scraping the land and building some brand new homes. But as you can see, it's just mature trees, nice walkways, beautiful architecture. This is definitely my most favourite part of the whole of Charlotte. Also the most expensive part of Charlotte, with homes being in the multi-million-dollar range. Okay, so I mentioned South Park before, and the South Park area is certainly, you know, well known for its shopping, and it does have the main mall here in Charlotte. However, I am a girl that likes to shop, so I do need to point out there are a few other malls that in and around the Charlotte area. The first one is to the west side, and that is North Lake Mall. And again, it's another main mall. You've got some department stores and kind of your high street brands that you'd expect in most common malls across America. To the south, we have Carolina Place Mall based here in Pineville. Again, it's another great mall. Everything you'd expect from, your standard mall in America. We also do have 2 outlet malls here in Charlotte, and we have the Concord Mills, which is based to the northeast of the city. Again, that really is a great part of town. We have the outlets and there's the aquarium right up there. So there's plenty going on if you just want to visit that mall. And also to the southwest side, we have the premium outlets there right by the airport. So again, plenty to offer in terms of shopping around the Charlotte area. Now, just South Park as an area certainly appeals to a lot of families. The reason for that is super low crime rate. So again, that's certainly a pull for families, but also the schools. There are some great public schools right there in the South Park area. Also, you've got your bars, restaurants. There's plenty to do with having the mall there. There's a lot of businesses that obviously have offices also in the South Park area. So a lot of people also work in that area right there. The neighbourhoods, they are a little bit more established. A lot of South Park was built up around the 60s and 70s. So we do tend to see a lot of ranch style, split ranch homes. Again, many of those have been renovated by current owners, or developers are buying, homes and basically clearing the lots and putting some new construction homes on there. So that's certainly something you'll see around the South Park area. I do find that the south of Charlotte is very popular, the suburbs there. And that's when we get out of Mecklenburg County into Union County. And because I didn't need to live near the city, that's where I moved my family out. And the reasons I chose to do that was mainly down to number one with the schools. The schools just on the outskirts here of Union County are exceptional. If on the Great School ratings, they are very highly rated. That was something that was very dear to my heart, was certainly the school system. Union County tend to have lower taxes, so again, you do get more house for your money, and also taxes are slightly lower than living closer to the city. Low crime rate, and there is a whole selection of neighbourhoods here. There's a lot of gated communities. We actually have a community here called Aero Plantation, which does have an airstrip. So again, the lots tend to be a little bit larger. We've got a lot of equestrian communities out here. So again, just a little bit more space than, living closer to the city. The other thing that really appealed to me was just being able to be located next to the city, and also down in Waxhaw, which is more of a railroad town. Often maybe once or twice a day the train will go through. Waxhaw is absolutely adorable. It's got your restaurants and bars and antique malls and ice cream shops and a little skate park. And if you're just looking to take the family and just wander around somewhere, I just absolutely love it, and it really is just a small town feel. Parks close by, we have Crane Creek Park, which again is a huge lake. You can get paddle boats and kayaks. You can take your mountain bikes. They do carriage rides. So again, lots of family fun things to do down there. But the other thing I love is basically where we live here in just the suburbs of South Charlotte. Is basically I can access anything I want for my family within a 5-mile radius. And so my school's right there. I've got access to the shopping that I need on a daily basis. So the grocery stores and the Target, of course, I have to mention Target. That's just a few minutes away. My children's activities, there's numerous dance schools, gymnastics. We've got the Wesley Chapel Weddington Athletics Association, where all the sports are done, with basketball, baseball, football, soccer. So everything's just so local, and it's local just without, generally I'll go to the store and run into people, which is fantastic. However, It's not a place where everyone's in your business. So the other thing which is a certain benefit as well is I do like being on the border with South Carolina. Sometimes there's benefits of going into South Carolina because of cheaper taxes there for things like gas and sometimes food. So the downside, I would say, of the suburbs is certainly you are car dependent. There is no public transportation system and the volume of traffic is definitely getting worse. They are putting in a lot of new neighborhoods which are attracting a lot of people because of the schools, and most of the roads are 2 lanes with nothing in sight in terms of getting those widened, or no plans per se in the next few years. Also, once you leave neighborhoods, there's no sidewalks, no bike lanes. So like I say, you really are car dependent. And the roads are in pretty awful condition in terms of, potholes and, things like that. So the other thing you do need to be very wary of is because there are so many people moving into this area, the schools are overcrowded. They are doing a lot with porta cabins, adding porta cabins to the school to manage that overflow. However, at some point we've seen in the past a lot of reassignments of schools, of neighbourhoods to schools. So again, if you buy in a neighbourhood expecting to go to a school which is a 10 out of 10 great schools rating, be very careful where you buy because that can always switch. So again, you just need to be, very aware that is a possibility and take that into consideration when you are choosing a neighbourhood. So I will be honest, I'll be honest, even though taking that into consideration, my life situation for the area, for the low crime rate, the schools, I would never change where I live. So once again, if you've enjoyed this video and found all the information useful, then please go ahead and hit that like button. And if you are thinking of moving to the area, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because I will be posting videos every week. If you've got any questions, need any advice or information, please feel free, like I said before, to call me, text me, email me on the information that's on the screen. And I do really appreciate you watching this video, and I hope to see you again next time.